All right, imagine you're in rural Tennessee sipping your morning coffee and suddenly your house jumps. You think, well, either Jesus came back early or somebody microwaved the wrong Hot Pocket, possibly. But no, turns out an explosives plant just exploded. Like, how do you not see that one coming? That's literally what they make. That's like opening a candle shop and saying, we're shocked there was a fire here. So the sheriff gets up there all serious, Sheriff Chris Davis, and says, we're working on the assumption that everyone's dead. Yeah, Chris, I think when the entire plant vaporized, that's a pretty safe assumption, don't you think? You don't need a CSI team. You need a broom and a prayer circle. He said it scattered debris over half a mile. Half a mile? That's not an explosion. That's like a confetti cannon for the apocalypse. And of course, the company Accurate Energetic Systems puts out a statement. Our thoughts and prayers are with the families. Oh, good. Thoughts and prayers. Classic move when your product does exactly what it says it does. Accurate Energetic Systems. I love that name. Yeah, it was accurate, all right. It energetically removed itself from existence. You know, some poor PR intern had to write that statement too, while the boss was like, make sure to thank the first responders. Yeah, the first responders are out there like, bro, we can't even find the plant. It's gone. Then the governor tweets, because that's what you do in modern America. We're monitoring the situation. Yeah, Bill, we know. Everyone's monitoring it because we can see it glowing from fucking space. And people nearby said it felt 15 miles away. They felt it. One guy said, I thought my house collapsed. That's such a Tennessee reaction. Anywhere else you'd be in panic. The Tennessee go, dang, I just guessed the meth lab next door finally went up. And then they're investigating the cause. We don't know yet what caused the explosion. Really? It's a factory full of C4. I think we can narrow it down to something went boomier than intended. And what about the other suspects? Maybe it was a raccoon with a lighter. And this is the second explosion in that same small town. At this point, they need to welcome to Bucksnort, home of the controlled detonations, mostly sign. And you know OSHA's just watching this on TV like, man, we told them the hazardous chemicals, but I guess paperwork wasn't as urgent as not becoming a crater. And the poor old guy at the gas station, Terry Bagsby, 68, he's just trying to sell some Slim Jims, and he's like, everyone's sad. Yeah, Terry, what happens when half your town gets launched into orbit? And then they had a vigil, people holding candles at the site of the explosive factory. That's brave. I'd be like, hey, can we do this one on Zoom? You know, it's tragic, obviously, but you can't ignore the irony. The company that supplies the U.S. military with explosives got taken out by its own brand. That's like McDonald's getting food poisoning from a Happy Meal. And the company's name, again, Accurate Energetic Systems. They could have at least added a little humility after this. Moderately accurate systems. Occasionally, 2 energetic systems. At the end, the sheriff said, it's not like working a tornado or an accident. We're dealing with explosions. Yeah, no kidding, Chris. The only fingerprints left are probably on Mars. It's horrible, but you gotta admit, if aliens were watching Earth, they'd be like, wait, humans built a place full of bombs, called it energetic systems, and we're surprised when it exploded? And then they'd write it in their report. Species self-destructs regularly. Avoid Tennessee.